What's the scariest creature in Subnautica below zero? I asked you guys and you decided, so let's take a look at your answers. Hey there, I'm Aki and welcome back to another video. Today it's the top 10 scariest creatures in Subnautica below zero. Before we start though, big spoiler warning, since there will be creatures on this list you'll only encounter later on in the game. And there's also a special guest today, The Lost Bacon. He also has a Subnautica YouTube channel which you can check out down in the description below. Before we get started, I want to say a quick thank you to today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Yes, I know all of you have heard of it before, but just in case you're the one in a million that hasn't. Raid is a completely free mobile and now also desktop RPG in which you can find multiple different game modes, collect and upgrade a ton of different champions, fight bosses and much more. I personally really enjoy the story campaign where you can use your champions to fight enemies in turn-based combat. Each champion has a set of different unique abilities and animations, and at the end of each section you get to fight a giant boss for massive rewards. There's also currently a special offer for 30 days. If you join during this time, you get doubled login rewards for 180 days, where you can get anything from energy refills to silver and gems and a legendary champion. And additionally, if you use the link in the description, you'll get 200,000 silver for free and another legendary champion, Gunnar. He's a great champion to start with really cool abilities. All of these rewards will be waiting for you right here, but only for the next 30 days. So go to the description and download Raid Shadow Legends for free. Now, at number 10 you guys put, well, nothing actually. I didn't find a single comment that said something other than the top 9 creatures. And since a top 10 sounds better than a top 9, I'll just put the Arctic Peeper here. Scary things, those peepers. Now, actually starting at number 9, you guys decided to put the spiky trap on here. This one may at first glance look like an innocent plant, but don't let it fool you. It's actually extremely scary, since it can suddenly interrupt your exploration trip by grabbing you and pulling you into the depths of the Twisty Bridges caverns. They then open up their giant mouth and devour you whole if you don't manage to escape in time.
And as if that wasn't bad enough, while being pulled inside you will actually take continuous damage all along the way. Is this due to some poison that's being injected into you, or perhaps just the suction pads damaging your body as they pull you in close? Well, we don't exactly know, but it's most likely going to make that experience even that much more unpleasant.
Now, at number 8, you voted for the jellyfish. I'm actually quite surprised that these are so low on the list. I mean, just look at those eyes. Gross. Well, these things look at you no matter where you are, making them extra creepy. And if you get too close, well, you'll have a shocking experience.
Now, interestingly enough, even though these things might look like they come from the same family as the drooping stinger from the first game, that is actually most likely not the case, considering the drooping stinger is a plant and not a creature, and thusly any similarities between these two are probably just coincidental.
Coming in at number 7 is the sea monkey? Wait, what? So apparently you guys think that the sea monkey is scarier than a giant swimming eyeball that can electrocute you and a massive plant thingy that will pull you into the deep dark ocean. Alright then. I honestly have no idea why these things are scary. I mean, yeah, they do steal your stuff, but scary?
Well, even if they might not be scary necessarily by attacking you, from the very recent data logs we can see that they have definitely caused some trouble for Altera by stealing their supplies and just in general making their life a real hassle. So I'm just thinking that the people voting for this one are probably former or current Altera employees.
Now, when I saw your votes for 6th place, I couldn't believe it. You guys seriously put the cute little fluffy penguins here. I mean, yeah, their mouths can be a little scary when you see them for the first time. But unless you abduct their children, they don't even do anything to you. They just want to cuddle. Just look at them, they're so derpy.
Do be wary of these, however, because should you choose to abduct their children, Their mouths do contain rows of sharp teeth hooked inwards, which, according to the PDA, are literally used to tear chunks out of aggressors, which is definitely not something you want to try for yourself.
Now, at the 5th place, we finally have something I agree with again. Technically, this isn't a creature, but back when I made the poll, we did not know that. The hive mind was speculated to literally be a hive mind and swarm you if you get too close. But it's actually just a fancy disco plant, so whatever.
As of right now, this one remains a real mystery. Why is it located in the part of the map where it is? Why is it not found anywhere else? What is the purpose and what is hidden behind that mysterious name? Well, until more information is revealed, we can only speculate.
The creature at number 4 would actually be my personal first place. The ice worm is absolutely terrifying and can easily end your life in a matter of seconds. And you can't flee anywhere, it will follow you on land and kill you with ease. A truly terrifying creature, which should actually have been further up in the list in my opinion.
What makes this creature even more terrifying is that considering the animations of it and what we can see it right now in the game, its strength most likely exceeds the majority of the creatures from the other game as well, being able to effortlessly burrow through the incredibly thick ice of below zero, burst out in a matter of seconds and also just literally swim through it using its appendages. This is definitely not a creature to be played around with.
Now, first in the top 3, we have the Cheliceraid. I hope I correctly pronounced that. I honestly don't know how this thing managed to get in front of the ice worm. In my opinion, there's absolutely nothing scary about a giant pink shrimp. Yes, it can swallow you and grab your sea truck, but the Reaper does a way better job at that in my opinion.
While this thing might be resembling a large shrimp from the outside, it is definitely not as calm as a regular shrimp would be, and with an attack that can deal up to 75 damage in a single bite, it should definitely not be underestimated. What is perhaps even more interesting about it, however, is its relation to other creatures that are currently located in below zero, and we can observe these mostly from the way its mouth opens, which seems to be quite a common thread all across Subnautica below zero, and thus makes you wonder if these things all had a shared ancestor that we simply haven't discovered yet.
The thing at 2nd place, however, definitely deserves it. It would have made for a much better Leviathan than the Chelly in my opinion. The Cryptosuchus already looks terrifying and can definitely be a threat to you if you're swimming in the depths of below zero without a sea truck. You do not want to experience those spikes firsthand. Trust me.
Now this creature is fascinating indeed, not only because its looks make it seem like it could be related to some of the other creatures even from the first game, for example the sand shark, but also because its body makes it look like it is, or at least used to be, capable of also living on dry land. With all this in mind, you have to wonder if there is perhaps some relation between it and the humongous frozen leviathan.
Before we get to number 1, I want to have an honorable mention of the massive frozen leviathan. New players will be terrified before even seeing it, thanks to the PDA telling us a giant leviathan is most likely planning to ambush us any second.
Detecting a Leviathan class lifeform nearby. The lifeform is currently stationary. Beware of ambush.
But wait, if it's dead, how can the PDA pick up on it? Or could it be that it's actually still up? And finally, the creature you guys are most scared of is the Shadow Leviathan. Now, I definitely understand this one. This is the stuff of nightmares. It can blend in easily with the darkness of the ocean, and its sounds are just as scary. It doesn't have any special attacks or moves though, so I personally wouldn't have put it all the way up at number 1. But you guys have spoken. I recently even made a video discussing how a cloak ability could work for the Shadow Leviathan, so if you're interested in that, go check it out in the top right now.
Now when it comes to ranking creatures, this one is definitely deserving of the first place, especially now with its updated damage that will really make your life painful and probably short, should you encounter it unprepared. Its ability to swim at surprising speeds, and its natural adaptation for dark and confined environments which make it difficult for you to get away. Well, let's just say that the name is quite fitting because the shadow of this thing might for a lot of people be the last thing they see before dying.
And that's already it again. I hope you enjoyed this top 10. If you did, please consider supporting me on Patreon or becoming a channel member. You guys get special rewards, behind the scenes content, outtakes, giveaways and much more. But for now, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like. If you really liked it, then subscribe for more videos like this. And as always, I'll see you next time. Goodbye!